Everyone got outside, right, and saw the mass destruction that Sir Farmers was causing. The city was in a sea of fire. Oh my god. Super Gods of Earth gasped. They all just watched in horror as Super Farmers made his way through the city. He even picked up a tank and threw it into and just shook it around like a rag doll before dropping it. He ended up acting like a wild animal, but when he ended up hearing human crying or screaming. As a matter of fact, Akame can look, and her heart almost skipped a beat. She saw blood running down to Farmer's chin. He actually ate some of those humans. Those innocent people. Dagon growled with an anger. Little prime, he planned for this to happen. Planned for what? So Flowers gets triggered very easily. The anger, the hatred towards mankind, and he was keeping in his chest for so long. Akame was basically helping him to get over his anger and hatred, but seeing military weapons and tanks, jets and choppers, it just brought back the memories. It basically brought back when Godzilla was causing the same destruction. But he was only doing this to show mankind. I mean, for basically what they were doing was wrong, and he was basically getting revenge for not just for himself, but for the Earth. But this is different. So Flowers is going on a full-on killing spree right here. We have to stop him. How, Kirita 3? How do we intend to stop him? Look at him. He has, like, thick body armor. I don't care how we stop him, Super Gods of Earth. We're going to stop him. We're not going to kill him. We're trying to knock some sense into him or knock him out. Instantly everyone went except for Akame. She just stayed there. She knew it wasn't Sir Farmer's fault, but she couldn't help to look at his face when he was causing the destruction. And it wasn't just the humans that he was killing or eating. It was a look. He was actually smiling. She knew it wasn't his fault, but she couldn't help to look at him and question, that is really the same Sir Farmer's that she fell in love with? It didn't take long, but Sasha ended up smacking her in the face. Snap out of it, Akame. That is Super Final Wars. He will never kill innocent people like that. And remember, you know him better than anyone else, besides of King Ted 3 and Zilla 2000. Since Super Burning Godzilla Dark Dragon, Super Godzilla Earth, and Mega Super Godzilla Earth. You gotta snap out of it. Akame went back to reality. She couldn't believe what she was actually thinking. Oh my god, what type of girlfriend am I? Sir Flowers looked down and saw the military men who were trapped between some destroyed city, a rubble, and Sir Flowers himself. He ended up charging up his atomic breath, preparing to blast them into dust. They closed their eyes, but then they heard like footsteps. It was Mecha Super Godzilla Earth. He kicked Sir Flowers, pushing him away from the military men. It just pushed Super Flowers back. It barely did any damage at all. Super Mecha Godzilla Earth swallowed hard. Oh my god, that barely did anything. Of course, where's it didn't do anything? Super Mecha Godzilla Earth? What do you expect? I didn't know he was going to be that heavily armored, Super Godzilla Earth. Guys, you might want to stop the arguing because he's looking at you. When they turned around, when Super Mecha Godzilla Earth turned around, everyone now felt fear. The look that Sir Farmers was giving them, it was truly terrifying. They just stared at him. It's almost as if they were looking at a devil. Well, then his bone-chilling voice came. You dare challenge me, you little weaklings? The tone of his voice just sounded monstrous. Sir Faust was truly in kill mode. He roared loudly very loudly at them and charged right at them. Super Mega Godzilla didn't know exactly what to do until Super Godzilla ended up blocking Super Final Wars' path. Super Final Wars pushed Super Godzilla Earth back and bit him hard, and bit his arm pretty hard. So hard, in fact, that Super Godzilla can actually feel his bones cracking. Holy crap, just how strong his bite is! How strong is his bite? It's almost like I'm getting crushed by a T-Rex. Ow, someone help me! Zilla doesn't grab Super Final Wars' tail and try to pull him off of him. I'm trying to get him off of you. Even with Dagon's help, they couldn't even push Super Final Wars. He was just too strong. He was too powerful for them. Within an instant, they heard a loud crack. Super Final Wars actually broke Super Godzilla Earth's arm. He was at the road of tearing it off. Born for Kansai 3, who bit him at the neck. Super Final Wars didn't feel any pain, but he couldn't help but to look at Kansai 3. He grabbed his right head and ripped it off. Kansai 3 roared in pain as Super Final Wars fired his atomic breath. Luckily, Kansai 3 was managed to dodge the atomic breath attack. Okay, guys, wherever you do not get hit by that atomic breath. If that atomic breath could cut through buildings like nothing, then I'm pretty sure he could cut through our bone like nothing. Yeah, no crap, Sherlock. Super Godzilla managed to get to cover. He couldn't do anything with his left arm completely broken. Here, you sit here. Here, Super Godzilla Earth. I'm going to... Mecha Super Godzilla Earth, watch out! Before Super Mecha Godzilla Earth can turn around, Super Final Wars fired his atomic breath, and he cut Super Mecha Godzilla Earth completely in half. He did it with... Basically, he didn't cut him like under his body. He basically cut him in half, like what happened when you use a sword and cut a person in half, but start with the head. That's what Super Final Wars actually ended up doing. Super Godzilla just looked at Super Final Wars in horror and shocked. This was the first time he actually felt truly afraid of Super Final Wars. He was afraid of Super Final Wars when he got angry, but this was different. He felt like Super Final Wars was an ultimate predator, and he and the others were his prey. He ended up running away when Super Final Wars ended up making his way towards him, leaving the destroyed remains of Mecha Super Godzilla Earth behind. Before Super Final Wars can even make another attack, he heard something. Akame was on a building. She was about to get Super Final Wars' attention, but she wasn't the one who was getting his attention. It was someone else. When Super Final Wars turned his head, growling intensely, everyone looked where he was looking at. And Akame couldn't believe it. But it was Kurome. Hey, over here! That's right, over here! Kurome? That's your sister? Super Final Wars roared loudly and then charged right at Kurome. Kurome run as fast as she can. She couldn't. Everyone couldn't believe it. She was actually helping them. But why, though? She turned around and saw that Surfaris was charging right at her, crashing through buildings like they were nothing, and he ended up roaring at her. Luckily, she had help from her comrade. Kurome, why exactly are we doing this? Shut up and run, you idiot! Gotta get him as far away from the city as we can. Akame's heart froze. She couldn't imagine what Surfaris was going to do with her little sister. Zillitas, give me a ride. Well, why? That's my sister. My little sister. And I'm not going to let my boyfriend hurt her. So come on. Okay. But if we die, I'm blaming you. Luckily, Kurome and her comrade were far away from the city, but Surfaris was clearly still right behind them. She was running her and her partner were running so fast that literally they had to run even faster so that way Surfaris couldn't catch them. But still, they heard his monstrous footsteps and his growl. He was getting closer and closer, started killing them. He ended up opening his mouth. I was planning on eating them. Luckily, they jumped out of the way. When they were safely somewhere else, Kurome got Surfaris' attention again. What are you doing, Kurome? Shut up! Look over there, Surfaris. Look! Surfaris at first ignored her, but when he decided to finally look, instantly he froze. He just stood there. He just froze instantly. Because the area that they were in wasn't an ordinary landscape. This was familiar. Too familiar. Surfaris could almost faint at first. What Surfaris ended up seeing made him almost snap back to reality. It was the skeleton of Godzilla. He just standing there looking at it. And instantly, he passed out. All he remembered hearing was Akame's voice. When he ended up waking up, he was on a bed and was looking around, and he clearly recognized his environment. He was back at the base, but who carried him here?